I guess today I'm going to be coaching a gold. I believe he plays Sentinel. He said he plays Chamber and Cypher. So if you guys would like, join my Discord server. Join. I can give you guys some advice or answer some questions. Also, if you want coaching, you can find that here under the Buy Coaching tab. And let's go ahead and get started. So yeah. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. What about you?
I'm just chilling. I think you said your work got canceled. My school got canceled, so it's a pretty good day so far.
What free time?
Where am I from? I'm from Indiana. So yeah. We're getting a lot of ice here.
Yeah, I'm here in Texas.
Oh yeah, I think you guys are getting ice too, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best I've seen in a long time. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, so you have any like questions before we get started? Or any like thoughts or anything? I know you play Cypher, Chamber. Do you play one more than the other, or kind of like equal? Depends on the map.
It kind of depends on the map, but I like to play Cypher more.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, Chamber is kind of basically just a duelist with like trips.
Yeah.
So if your playstyle is more Cypher, then I used to play Cypher actually, so I can probably I can't help like that much with like crazy setups or anything like lineups or whatever, but
Right.
I could definitely give you some pretty good pointers, I think. So yeah, are you ready to play a game?
Yeah, I think my Valorant's loading up right now.
Okay. Whenever you can, go ahead and start the screen share. We'll see how it looks.
Alright.
Do you know what your main problems might be, if like any?
Like a lot of just you know, like if I'm doing really good, I'll like ego peak too much.
Okay.
That's kind of a problem. If I'm like not doing that good, I'll kind of like boom myself down. I kind of like need to work on my attitude a lot.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel like that's like a big thing. Um, and I feel like my crosshair placement could be better. Like it's good, but like I usually like over or under compensate.
Okay. What's your sense in DPI?
My DPI is, let me check.
But I can definitely relate to the over peaking, so we can definitely talk about that. Yeah, I'm just curious what your sense is, because maybe there's...
My sensitivity is...
Okay. 0.5 at DPI of... Oh. He got kicked out, okay. He'll be back shortly. Hello?
Sorry about that, my Discord just died for some reason.
Nah, you're good. Discord is, interesting like that sometimes.
But my sensitivity is 0.85.
Oh. Uh-oh. It might be when you try to tab out or something.
Maybe. I can check my DPI first then.
Yeah, because that is a high sense, but I don't, if your DPI is low, then it's not as high. Because that would explain why you might be under or over flicking, or might under or over micro adjusting, because obviously if you have a higher sense, it's more sensitive. You're more prone to do something like that. Yeah, if your DPI is 800, I'm definitely concerned. But even if it's 400, it's still a little bit high.
My DPI is at 900.
Okay, your sense is very high. Let me actually let me.
Is it? I don't know.
900 times. Was it 0.85?
Yes.
That is like there's like a list of like all the pros that play. You'd be like at the very top of the list, like top 5 probably. So
So I should like turn down the sensitivity.
I'm not gonna say that you should. Yeah, maybe we could just watch how you play it, because I don't want to make you change your sense and then have you be adjusting the whole time I'm watching, because then that's not really the point of this. But I would highly suggest recommending lowering your sense. I'm definitely gonna watch how you play though. You are gold and you hit plat, so I mean you must be doing something right at least.
I can like lower it like a little bit just to try to like get used to it, and then lower it like little bit by little bit.
Yeah, like okay, so ADPI is DPI times sensitivity, and yours is 765. What would be considered normal is like 300 to 400. So you're like over, basically like double. So yeah, but that's for like after. We can talk about that after. Don't worry about it right now.
Alright, I lowered it to like a 0.78 or something like that. So it shouldn't be that much different, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can queue. It looks a little bit laggy. Not laggy, just okay. It looks better now. Hopefully it doesn't lag.
Okay.
It's just a little pixelated. So yeah. So we don't want to change our sense very much. Do you do that? Do you change your sense at all?
Yeah, I changed it a little bit.
No, I mean like just before this. Have you kept the same sense for like a long amount of time?
Yeah, usually I had it higher, but then I was like, no, this is way too high, so I kind of started dropping it, and I got to where I am now. Is kind of like where I got comfortable and used to it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually had the same problem in Overwatch. Like my DPI or my sensitivity was like absolutely absurdly high, probably even higher than how yours is right now. But after I lowered it, it was much easier to be consistent with my aim. So
yeah.
So that's something we can look at. Also, if this feels weird whenever you start playing, you can just swap it back, and then I'll tell you how you can change it after. But so yeah, if your aim is actually decent though, Chamber is a really good option, and you have a lot of the same potential as you do on Cypher, just not like his cages or his ult, pretty much.
Yeah.
But you still have the 2 trips.
I like Cypher's ult just because it provides a lot of information.
This is surprisingly good for both Chamber and Cypher, but probably Chamber, if I'm being honest, a little bit more.
Yeah. I don't really play Chamber a lot on Breeze, so that'll be a bit of a learning experience. Yeah.
You can just go Cypher if you want. Do you usually play B as Cypher?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I'll do Chamber. I've played him a couple of times on Breeze, but not as often as Cypher. But I know a couple of things from.
So the reason that I say Chamber is really good on this map is because there's a lot of long angles, and you have 2 guns that you get for basically for free. Not entirely for free, but I mean your guns are just really good at long range. So like if you can aim with the Sheriff. Also, you probably never get to insta lock, huh?
No.
do you
That's
have
like a lot of like Sentinels? It's sick.
Okay.
We need a smoke.
You don't have to go smoke. Okay, that's fine. You can, yeah. I would be inclined to say yeah, smokes or your best agent, just like he said. If you're so how often do you play Brim or smokes?
I don't play smokes often, only whenever like I have to fill as smokes. Which a lot of people like to play Viper, so not very often, but Brim is like the main smoker that I play.
Okay, Brim is kind of trash on this map, but you can make it work. And also, I probably would just luck Cypher, to be honest with you, over Brim here. But this is okay, don't worry about it. So, what do you like to buy?
I just get utility first round.
Okay.
I don't really like, unless I'm playing, like a duelist or something. I don't force pistols usually.
I think you should buy armor here. Maybe so like 1 smoke. Yeah. This is better because you still have the smokes, but now you have armor as well.
Right.
And you could still probably smoke everything with just 2 smokes or like important things. So you can call, let's fight A or something like that. And you have your molly. Okay. There's two there, two there.
Close also.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, on site, right side, pushing up.
I actually think your smokes are completely okay there, honestly. But I think you should have waited to smoke because the Viper orb.
The Viper, yeah.
Like maybe just wait until it's right about to go down and then, yeah, pop the smokes. But I like the smoke in the middle of sight because normally, I mean, I don't know, Brim's just not really great for smoking off sights on this map. Viper is kind of really good at it, but let's see, what do you buy? A bullet? Okay, that's really good. So once you have a plan here, what do you want to do?
Alright, so I'll probably like smoke mid and somewhat backside. I'm not sure backside because I don't play Brim a lot on here.
So you want to take B?
Yeah.
Okay.
Launching smoke.
Okay, I like the molly usage. You can spam that guy. You can spam them. One bullet, one bullet. Good job. Yeah, so this gun's actually broken right now, so good job for buying it. Yeah, they buffed it. The mode of firing that you're just using, like just the hip fire, they buffed the speed. Also, it's quite laggy. Not super laggy, but it's like stuttery. You wanna go mid? Ask your team to fight mid with you.
Yeah.
You not use your mic. People don't listen to that, to be honest, but you can just fight on your own. But you have spike.
Now we're cooking.
You can go back toward A now, or just push mid to A. Your team's going up halls.
Launching smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Spike planet. Stim beacon here.
Okay, so this is a good round. So do you not like using your mic? Do you feel uncomfortable doing it?
No, it's just I don't know. Usually I'll use my mic.
Okay. That's important. I notice like a lot of people kind of have this problem where they just like I'm not saying that you have this problem necessarily. Also, the stream is quite hard to watch. You might restart after this round. But we can fight mid again and just see if that person pushes mid again. You can have Molly, you can use Stim beacon.
Standing ahead. Stim beacon here.
It's a good Molly.
Launching smoke. Smoke's down. Stim beacon down.
You can ask your team. Okay, this is fine actually.
Launching smoke.
One enemy
What?
remaining.
I don't know, like I killed you.
trade.
Down B.
Okay, so your utility usage is good. Do you ever use Stim beacon on Brim?
Sometimes.
Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth using. I don't really have that much experience because it's actually kind of like off-putting to use. It makes it harder to shoot. I feel like the
accuracy, yeah.
increase rate of fire, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it might be good. It's good for like scenarios where you want to like spam doors, like you know, Haven mid. You can shoot garage doors, something like that. Okay, so I want you to try to think where you can use your ult here because it's kind of hard to use it in this map, but maybe work toward A. And throwing those smokes, but this time let's wait for the Viper orb.
Alright.
You can get ready to smoke. And then if someone sees something on the map, you can ult it. Someone sees an enemy, I mean. Yeah.
I've got your trail.
Good try. Can you restart your stream? It's a little bit delayed for me. But yeah, I think the main thing that I'm noticing so far is that you could be saying like, I'm gonna smoke, can we go out like after I smoke or something like that, you know? Basically using comms to like sort of strategize, mainly like when you want to rotate or when you want to go into sight. So if these aren't things you're thinking about, it's things I would definitely suggest trying to think about, because rotating out of dangerous scenarios is really valuable. Mainly there is just going into sight though, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
But your smokes are good. I'm not sure I would use 3. I like the 2 that you used.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Let's fight mid, and you can still look to ult. We want to use our ult as quick as
Alright.
possible here.
You guys, I think that we can do like a mid take, the double doors.
Very good. That's very
Usually
good.
only one person plays mid doors.
Right here.
And if you see them or like they're running back, you can hit their ult.
Yeah.
Good. So your team's all with you. This is much easier than being alone.
Get out of my way.
Stim beacon down. Launching smoke. Open up the
Oh, that guy's stuck. That's very good. Wow, that was nice. Good job.
Dang.
Spike down mid.
Yeah. So we called mid to A, and then we went top mid.
Yeah.
But your ult was beautiful. I think you got like a little excited from the ult.
No, yeah, I kind of like pushed
You
up
was-
because of the
the
ult. I was
Viper
like,
wall.
let me get the Cypher.
Yeah.
And then we got it, and then I was kind of just like, oh, I'm already up here.
Might as well
why not
fight.
Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. What you did was fine. I would have just been very quick to rotate away to go back to A, because that was kind of the strat that you called.
Right.
This is a good round though. It's a very good round. Like your ult. That's how you want to use Brim ult, especially on a map like this, because there's not really a lot of enclosed areas where you can get people. So like as compared to like a map like Split or Haven, where people can be stuck in places.
Last player standing.
That's a very good use of your ult.
Yeah. It's planted for you.
Okay.
Nice.
We can call, you wanna call for a mid push again, or an elbow B push, something like that? It's up to you.
I'll teach them to respect their elders.
There's no wrong call. You can just call,
We can go mid again this round. It worked last round.
yeah. Don't fix what's not broken. Good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Watch and learn.
Welcome to my world. Reloading.
We can go
Can
A
ask
then.
Sova to drone maybe?
So can you join in double doors?
Ollie.
Like the molly.
Enemy spotted B.
Can call to go B.
They said the Viper ulted on B.
Launching smoke.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Touching me.
Out of here.
Last player standing.
Damn, you hit that guy for 131. I would, yeah, I definitely just reloaded. I think you realize that though.
Enemy
Oh.
remaining.
Oh, 130
He's low.
on Viper.
Aw. Yeah, I would have called that insta, so he would have probably tried to
Yeah.
use his pistol.
Yeah, that's
But-
my bad.
One thing that I am noticing, I think it might be because you're playing Brim, since you're used to playing like Cypher and Chamber, is you're focused on using your utility more than I would like you to be. I'd rather you be going for fights more often than like the mollies you're throwing are good, but like you're throwing mollies, smokes, and like I feel like you're just playing a little passive. So maybe if we fight with our team just a little more, like you remember when your Reyna died, you want to trade her a little quicker, maybe. So we can see if Viper's here. You can just tell your team let's fight A and then rotate to B or something like that. I think that's a good call.
Let's just like peek this, see all's here, and then you can rotate off of it.
Good.
Alright.
Yeah, we definitely want to rotate here. Can throw smokes. Good.
Smoke.
Ask your two teammates to come back.
I'm gonna rotate to B if you guys want to start heading that way. If you have C2 blue.
To
I
lurking
can-
Sova.
Launching smoke. On the money.
Beautiful.
Spike planted.
One enemy remaining.
We can hide here. We don't need to overpeak. Remember, you told me that. You see CT.
Open up the sky.
Good job. Yeah. So a few things here. Probably could have saved the ult. I know I told you to use it. Also, think of what you want to tell your team to do here.
Need a drop.
Maybe ask Sova to drone A and see if he's ulting.
They're kind of poor. I think that they're gonna be on a safe.
Oh
round.
wait, yeah, my bad. My bad. Yeah, we can ask him to drone anyway. It's always a good call.
Oh, never mind. You can hold it. Viper on it. Alright. Can you drone the tower to see what Viper is? Cause she light smoked it, so she might be close.
Gotcha.
Last player standing.
Yeah.
Spike down.
This is why we want to ask him to drone early. Especially on an eco round like this, just because they're probably going to do something cringe like that and just push. So if he drones early, there's no way they get away with that.
Learn something.
Yeah. Alright.
But it's all good. Can fight mid again, maybe. Just run away. Your team really likes to lurk up and... Yeah.
We can do like a
Right here.
an elbow to tunnel, an elbow to dash. Let's just see what we have.
It's a good call for kills. Good try.
Spike down mid.
That's 3 mid.
By the way, I feel like your sense is actually fine. Like, your sense is crazy high, but I haven't really noticed, like, much. But if you do feel like you overflick and underflick a lot, then maybe... Does this feel any different, by the way, from what you load it to?
I mean, a little bit. It's not that bad, but it's like,
A little bit
I
off-putting?
guess, like somewhat noticeable.
Yeah. In a good way or in a bad way?
Well, like, I don't even know. Like, it's just
Okay.
small that it doesn't really make a difference, but
Okay,
it's
yeah.
it's still there, right?
Okay, yeah. 2 more rounds.
Smoke's
We
down.
can get orb here for ult next round.
Spike
Try.
down A.
I think
Viper's hit 55.
we should just ask Sova to drone here next round, like very early in the round before the run starts. That's basically higher ranked players pretty much drone that every single round, unless it's just like a hard B push.
Right.
Not always, but like 70-80% of the time, very high percentage. And you can, if he drones, you can hold for him, and if they push, you get a kill. You have ult. If they don't push, you can get the orb. You still have ult.
Right.
Hmm.
There's 2 cave, 1 on site.
They have a lot of ults. Ooh.
Nice.
Last player standing.
2 main by door. Nice. Jett was also there.
Get out of my way.
So what I would say here is, all right, let's drone A, see if they push, and then play from there, something like that.
Last round in the half.
Hey Silva, can you instantly join A main? They seem to push it a lot.
Perfect.
Alright, thank you. And then if like there's a lot of people, we can just quickly rotate to mid or to B or something.
Right here. Right here.
Alright,
I love this skin.
Oh, I like it too. I like how it changes color.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, we can get ult. We can get ult. Or we don't have.
Smoke's down.
I've got your trail.
Launching smoke. Spike planted. Open up the sky.
Boys.
Okay, that's fine. I'm basically just happy with the comms at the beginning. That's,
Last player standing.
I mean, just
Both on
that
site,
alone
both
that alone gets you positioned.
No
to-
one flanking, both on site.
This guy's
One enemy remaining.
Good try.
okay. I'm happy with the comms. That positioned us to win this round quite well. We just could have played it better though.
Yeah.
So one thing I was gonna say is save ult and molly for spike. Like if you're in a position like that where you can move back farther away and just play spike, that's what you
I
want to
heard
do.
that somebody said that there was an off, and I heard someone stare, so I didn't know if it was gonna be saved.
Oh, okay. Worst case scenario, you could like ult and then run back and then still have molly. So, like the I mean like using your ult and molly is like good. Like it's better than saving it, but if you use it on the spike, it's even better.
Right.
If you're on defense, then you can use them much more quickly. So. Like
Viper
stuff-
wall A.
Yeah, this whenever this happens, whenever they Viper roll, they're probably coming A. So get ready to throw a molly, like when they're running at like where they would run out. Yeah, good. Shoot it. Yeah, good. You have smokes too.
Launching smoke. Smoke's down.
Well, Viper left side, Jett hit 70.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
You played it pretty okay. Good molly damage though. One thing is you want to say that they're pushing out the site because it might seem obvious to you, but to your team, like your teammates are still wondering if it's a B.
Right.
That's pretty minor, but you know. Maybe you buy a shorty, sell your armor, buy a shorty. Yeah, play close A main, just try to get the kill. You can just sacrifice yourself for like trying to get 2. We get one, it's good.
Trading a shorty for probably a force gun.
What'd you say?
So it's like trading a shorty for probably a force gun.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. You can just probably expect them to not be here, unless you hear them. You can call that it's probably B.
Yeah, there's no one in main. I think that the full person B, unless they're rotating.
Could be.
I hear one mid.
Right here.
Oh, this is good. Have some patience here. Don't kill the first one. Let them both come in.
There's 3 mid now.
Have patience. Yes, it's good.
One enemy remaining.
Good job. Yeah, this is how we want to use the shorty. Like, sometimes using the shorty goes horribly wrong and you just can't do anything. But I mean, you're gonna destroy that guy right there, no matter what, even if your teammate doesn't kill him. Let's call it. They're gonna come A. So ask someone else to come A.
Again.
There's no shot they don't come A. Ask someone to rotate
Yes.
off B.
Can someone come A real quick?
If they don't go
Just
A,
anyone really.
yeah, I'll be shocked if they don't go A.
They're pushing A, at least 2.
Yeah, ask for rotates. Looks like your team's coming.
Smoke's down.
They're pushing it now.
Good. Hit smoke again. This is really good.
Launching smoke.
Last player standing.
Good try. That was fine. Like, I would, you know,
Shoot the bad.
it's unlucky that we were trying to stack toward B there, because, I mean, Viper wall A means, in this rank, it means they're coming A. Even in Immortal, it almost always means that. People don't really think about faking with the wall. We could go shorty, or you could force, but it depends on your team. They walled A, tell your team to, yeah, okay, now we have 3, so.
You walled A again.
Tell your team, just get ready A, get ready for A, something like that. Good, I like this trick.
Yeah, there's a couple A.
Smoke's down.
Walk into it, don't be scared. Yeah, there I'm gonna walk into the smoke, because if you hear the dog, there's a chance that the dog misses you in the smoke. Also, a little cool trick I thought of. I know you don't really play Brim, but
Last player standing.
you could throw a Stim beacon and, like, fake where you're playing from, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've done that before, but it doesn't really come to my mind that round.
Yeah. Like, mainly when you're sitting in the back corner on site there, you could have thrown it, like, back
Like,
site, yeah.
back, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then, but someone flanked you anyway, so it didn't matter, but just something I thought of.
Let's get back out there.
We can push halls. It seems like it's kind of hard for us to hold this. I know you're not playing a duelist, but honestly, smoke it, just push down halls, take the aim fights. Your aim's not bad. No, don't smoke that, don't smoke that. You can't smoke main, never mind. Brim needs a buff, I think.
Oh, you can
That's good.
barely get it right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Smoke's down.
Five wall again.
We can either push here, or we're already not pushing. Oh, that was Cypher.
Cypher down hold. Oh,
I've got your
he was
trail.
putting utility holds.
That's A. One more A at least.
Spike planted.
Nothing holds now.
Enemies cutting their vision.
Cypher went up heaven.
This guy's so weird.
Oh, he's spawned him.
Last player standing.
Okay, so we want to take more initiative because basically they're just taking a site and our team can't do anything. Like I said, I know you're not on duelist, but we either want to push down holes like immediately at the start of the round. So instead of like waiting there holding the angle, you want to just walk down or just take a fight A main. But I think walking down halls is good because you haven't flanked yet. Maybe try to like hop over a trip or something. Yeah, even if there is a trip, see if you can get around it. You don't have to smoke this. Just instantly walk down halls. And this is good because we can't hold A right now. We want to try to get them off of A. I would be asking my team why they're still playing B. We only need one B basically.
Can we get one B? Because they haven't really been pushing B that much.
We still have 3B. This is
Launching smoke.
yeah. Now they're B. You keep walking up. Don't be scared. Walk. Okay. Yeah, you can run. I think they might all be B. Surprisingly.
Is the open window? No.
It's a gun, and you have ult. You can ult main.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Smoke's down. Stim beacon down.
Good try. Not much you could do there. I like that you did save your ult though, because it probably wouldn't have done anything. I think you realized that.
Yeah.
I think let's see the halls push again. We went 3 to play A still, I think, but we can also
We
ult
have
when they're
double
coming out
ult too.
A, or ult the plant. Ask your
Yeah.
team to tell you when they're planting.
If anyone's like near site, tell me whenever they start planning. I'll just ult default. Viper mid. Viper.
Keep walking, keep walking. Gun out. You can catch the Viper easily. Okay. Get the gun and get out. Or you can just get out now.
Launching smoke.
I think he ult.
He's going CT. Under bridge, under bridge.
Molly.
They might be going B.
Was that you, Raina? Alright.
Gun out.
I'm gonna rotate B.
30 seconds left.
Guy on B.
Open up the sky.
Spike planted.
That's some damage for sure. Smoke one.
One backside.
Smoke's down.
Last player standing.
140.
Damn, that's really unlucky. That's really unlucky. Okay. That's the halls push. It's pretty free for kills.
Point.
Even if they peeky, you can just get the kill.
Right.
Here, I mean, you can, I don't know, whatever you want to do, really. It's just a tough game. You could peek mid. Still have
Yeah.
smokes if they're pushing A. I feel like they're going to come in.
Again.
Right here.
You're ready to throw the molly. You'd ask your Sova to ult. Use B, never mind. Why is Sova B? Man, this is tough.
One halls. Viper mid. Viper Cypher mid.
Cypher's playing like a duelist, too. Say Cypher's probably going to be tunnel.
Cypher might
Or-
flank like he always does.
He's gonna die. Yeah, he's gonna kill someone here. Okay. Oh, he's there. Oh no, you hit him in the mid.
Yeah.
There he is.
Alright, Cypher's left 50, Viper 20.
Last player standing.
Out of my way.
Nice.
They're all gonna push him here. He's gonna get dashed on. Oh, GG.
Okay.
There's some, definitely I noticed some major things here, and some minor things, but also probably some of them have to do with you playing Brim, because I don't know how often you play Brim, but
Not very often.
so it's unfortunate that we got this game with you on Brim, but I think you can still learn some things that'll carry over onto other agents. So any questions about the game? Also, let's see the ranks. Okay, good. Good. You played well. You played well. Like, I mean, you could have done better, but you got a lot of assists, and you're playing on a character you don't normally play on. So I'm not gonna harp on you for your negative KD too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and you can stop screen sharing. I'm gonna open a game. So the major things are gonna be calm earlier in the round, right? So like, anyone can, you know what IGL means?
No.
In-game leader. So it's like that's like a role on like professional teams basically, or just like in higher rank games, people will IGL. They'll like call strats and stuff.
Right.
So I'm not saying that's what you want to do, but or that's what you have to do. But if you do that, like as a duelist or as a sentinel or as like a smoker, it's people are gonna listen to you more probably than if you're a duelist, because I know that from experience. Also, do you want me to play Brim because that's what you played this game, or should I like go Cypher?
You can play whoever really.
Okay, I'll just go Brim since it makes sense.
Because I guess Brim would work because I was playing as Brim.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes more sense here. So yeah, calm earlier in the round, like by that, like before the round starts, like as soon as I spawn, like as soon as everyone dies, that's, to me, that's free time for us to be talking about what we can do. Because like if you, usually you probably just never talk in these rounds, and you might say some things, but like this is what's gonna get you into plat pretty easily. Like your performance only means so much in the scope of winning the game. And if you're not doing other things like, you know, using your util, calming, stuff like that, then it only really means so much your KD. So does that make sense? Like, for example, saying like, all right, let's go mid to A, see if we can get some kills. If not, we can rotate somewhere else. Or say your whole team is pushing up mid and there's like 3 people here. Then you say, okay guys, let's leave. Let's run A quick. Something like that, right? Like these comms are simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Like you don't have to say crazy paragraph long like comms. Like Sova drone A. You don't even have to say like, Sova, can you please? Like just Sova drone A, I'll hold the angle for you. Like, you know. Yeah, so it's not like you can't rank up without this skill. It's just this skill is something you're gonna need to learn in later ranks anyway. And so if you develop it now, you're gonna be much better off ranking up more quickly.
Yeah.
So
Usually whenever I try to do stuff like that, like yesterday when I was playing, like this kid got like really mad at me because I was trying to like say like, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that, and I was kind of like, ah, man, yikes.
yeah, so either a few things could make that happen. So either if the person is just tilted or has had bad games and they take it as you just like insulting them for whatever reason, which happens. If that happens, you can just mute the person. I usually just mute them and then continue calming, like continuing as if he's not muted, basically. And another thing could be, you might be like, I don't know, you probably didn't, but like you could phrase things in a way that might make people mad, so make sure you don't do that. I don't think you did that at all this game, so I doubt you did that. I think he's probably just frustrated or tilted or something. So
Yeah, we were losing by a bit, so I think that we were all just a little frustrated.
Yeah, so like calming just from round 1, like something as simple as saying, all right guys, let's go A. Like you don't even have to say anything. Like it's actually amazing how much it helps team morale, and just like pushing, because like if you don't say anything, a lot of times, imagine your games, people don't really say anything until later. So like a lot of times people just aren't on the same page. You might have like 2 people mid, 3 people A. Like what does that really mean? I don't know, but it probably means, you know, you have a less coordinated push going for sure. So
Right.
that's what I'm really trying to get at here.
Was that like if I'm making comms to do it more consistently?
Yes. So like also calling, you did good calling where people's locations are. Like after you're dead, your comms really good. I'm mainly talking about the comms before the round, like calling strats. Again, if this isn't you, like if you don't want to be calling strats, then I suppose don't do it. But I'm telling you from experience, this is really a powerful thing to learn. And it's as simple as just saying a few words. So I don't think it's too much to learn at all. And if people don't listen, if people are toxic, mute them. If you really don't want to calm a certain game, then, you know, I have those games as well. Like, I kind of just want to play. Maybe someone else is calling strats, then, yeah. And also, you just ask questions like, hey, do you guys want to rotate? Like, if your team's actually talking, which might not happen always, then you don't have to just call strats as, like, statements. You can pose them as questions. Like, all right, guys, we're up mid. Should we fall back B, or do you guys want to keep pushing? Or, you know, whatever, however you want to word it. You guys want to... Like, you could do crazy things like, hey, you guys want to go 5-man up hall? Like, I had that thought while you're playing the game. Because you could do that on, like, eco rounds, and it really catches people off guard. So...
Yeah, no one really expects that.
Yeah, exactly. So, also, can you see my game, by the way?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so the next big thing, it ties into this a lot. It's, you know what autopiloting is?
Kind of.
So it's basically where you're just like spawning like round after round, and you're kind of just going wherever the flow takes you. Yeah. Basically, I want you to have a reason for why you're going somewhere. So autopiloting, this can also mean like have a plan. That's why it ties into this, because we want you to be thinking about the strategy that you're trying to give your team. But instead, even if you don't have a strategy for your team, just having a strategy for yourself, because like, yeah, you had to spike a lot, so you can't really be doing like peaks. But say you're on like chamber, peeking is very good to do on chamber, especially like on an eco round where you just have a chamber sheriff. Yeah. Like just a plan, instead of just like running around and spawn, you know, maybe look at where your team is, decide from that where you want to go. So like say you have team just spread out everywhere, then if everyone's everywhere, then just, you know, either call a strat to go somewhere or just say, okay, I'm going to peek mid doors, and that's your strat. Like from peeking mid doors, again, this game develops from second to second during the round. But at least have a plan at the beginning of the round, because that's going to put you a step ahead of a lot of people in this rank for sure. So yeah, autopiloting is just when you're not really thinking about what you're doing, and thus it makes it harder to be as effective, pretty much. And it's very easy to do, and to do without realizing. So yeah, something to think about.
I sometimes realize it, like especially if I'm playing on like Haven. Like, I'll do that a lot. Like, I don't know why, but, like, specifically on Haven, I'll notice that I do that a lot.
Yeah, well, it's good that you notice it, because, again, it's not like, horrible to, I mean, it's kind of bad to autopilot, but most people in your rank probably do this. Like, most people in my game are probably not really thinking about it a lot, but, like, at the highest level of play, people are thinking about, like, all these different, like, possible scenarios, calculating, you know, what should I do if XYZ? Should I peek here? Should I peek here? Should I not peek here? Because this person might rotate. You know, you don't have to think about that much. Just have a plan at the start of the round is what I'm telling you. So those are 2 of the major things. Another thing is more confidence. So this might tie into you playing Brim, and you know, let me see if I can think of a certain scenario. Yeah, so like over here, it's almost kind of like in certain scenarios you're kind of like unsure what to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like also I noticed you like pulled your knife out a lot, and you pulled your util out, and you like cancel it a lot. So that tells me that that kind of also ties into that, right? Like if you're pulling out your tool and you're like kind of unsure if you want to smoke or not, you kind of want to either be, I'm 100% smoking, or I'm 100% just fighting here, holding this angle. So to build confidence, what we can do is, so like I think you're playing back here one of the rounds. If you played here, how can I word this actually? So, do you normally play passive on Cypher, like, or do you like to peek sometimes?
I'll usually like play for trips.
Okay.
So passively.
Yeah. So I want to get you to learn how to, cause like, so yeah, duelists are the ones going into site first and taking fights, right? But every agent in the game will, inevitably has to be good at taking fights. Like, to be good at the game, no matter what agent you play, you have to be good at taking fights. Does that make sense? Because like, if you're in a 1v3, it doesn't matter if you're a duelist or not. So your aim is pretty decent. Honestly, I didn't really, like I said, I didn't notice that your sense was bad. So now it's just a matter of realizing that we can actually take the fights and win them. So yeah, now I actually thought of an example. Okay, so like I told you to walk down halls, and so you walked up here, and normally I'm guessing you would just sit back here, right, and just wait, like hold this, like this. So this is fine, but this is actually really good if your team has a good defense on A. But what happened was you guys lost A like 3 or 4 rounds in a row, and so the reason I wanted you to push this is because you guys lost that many times. And so you did push, you pushed up to here, and then here we kind of hesitated. I don't know if it's because you just wanted to smoke or what. If it's because you just wanted to smoke, that's fine. But I think I had to tell you again to keep pushing, because you're probably okay. So why do you think that you sit here? Like, why is that?
Oh, I saw that my teammate was pushing from heaven to elbow, like he was pushing up mid, so I kind of smoked elbow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I saw him like pushing up nest, and I was like, well, I don't really want him to like have to.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I smoked elbow.
So if we're stopping here just to use util and smokes, that's completely fine. What I want to make sure is that we're not stopping here because we're scared to peek, right? That's my point here. Because specifically in this game, we're in a losing game, and we need to make the play, right? Like, we can't just expect our duelists to get kills. We can't expect our teammates to perform and turn the game around. We have to make the plays ourselves. So you actually got up here, right? Like, the Viper we saw was like right here, and you caught her up the rope. So that's really good. What I would normally do is I would literally just double key all the way down. If you want to smoke in that corner, that's fine. But what you can do is literally come all the way down here. Like, these people, whenever you're here, you're probably not thinking about that push, right?
Yeah.
So you can get behind here, and again, this is mainly in like losing games, because otherwise you're gonna want to be with your team, smoking and using your util and stuff. But like we tried to play site multiple times, and we got rolled. So that's why we're
like on that Viper call on the rope. Though I kind of got scared because I heard like the footsteps, and I was like, well, if I jump down, I'll kind of be in midair. I just felt like that wouldn't be a good situation.
Yeah, after you kill this person, I would instantly be running back, like instantly.
Right.
So if no one hears you, then, and like you're right here and you haven't made any contact with enemies, then also the other caveat to this is there could be trips, and there often are trips right here. So if there's like a chamber trip, you can walk all the way around or something. But if there's no trips, this is free, like 2 or 3 kills if your aim's good. So yeah, the reason we want to leave as soon as we kill this guy is because they know where we are, right? So like,
Right.
staying here is more risk than reward. So like sitting right here. Yeah. Sure. I also did say that to you, so. Because that's probably what I would have done, to be fair. I probably just jumped down, grabbed the gun, and maybe left after that. But also I might have just left. I'm not really sure what I would have done. So yeah, but sitting here it's kind of like wasting time. Because, well, it's not necessarily wasting time, but it's just not super favorable for you, if that makes sense. So more confidence, basically just not being scared to like walk down here and make these sorts of plays, and also thinking about what other plays we could do. So as Brim, you want to be smoking toward A, but as Chamber, you could be like playing mid, pushing mid, and stuff like that. Okay, so more minor things now. I said wait for Viper Orb, or any other like utility or smokes to use your smokes, like specifically over here. And this is pretty minor, just basically because like if there's a smoke here and you smoke, then you have to wait for the smoke, and then that's gonna mean that your smokes are actually not gonna last for that long after you're actually gonna be going out.
Right.
So that's pretty simple. Again, you don't play much Brim, so I'm not gonna talk about that too much. Brimstone ult. You had some good ults, honestly. So you had an ult up here. So like you realize that you don't have to use ult to just kill people. You can use it to like zone people out of areas. So like if the Cypher's right here and you ult right here like you did, he can't go back. He's stuck. He has to run forward, and you ended up getting the free kill on him. The Jett dead through the smoke. So good job on that. This map's tough.
I overpeaked that.
Yeah, you walked up here like this because you went in like you're like I was telling you what a good ult, and then you probably just wanted to capitalize on the kill, but.
Yeah.
Really, it's not worth to come up here, honestly. Like, you could just spam, because, like, this is all ulted, so he can't be in the ult, so he has to be, like, somewhere here. You could just spam this, try to spam through the wall, but your Jett actually got him anyway. So, yeah. I wouldn't have gone much farther than, like, up here, maybe. And then, because, like, from here, right, we could still quickly just go back. Because the strat you called in this round was to go A from mid doors. So you want to try to stick to that unless you say like, okay, let's go mid to B now, but you didn't say that, so we want to stick to this, especially if our team is, banking on that and trying to listen to us, because then you're kind of just misleading your teammates. But I know that wasn't your intention. You were just kind of trying to get the kill. So less utility and more fighting. So this refers to like when you're like, I mean, mollying the door here is completely fine, like you did. I don't even know I don't think that's a good molly, but if you molly like right here, then that's perfectly fine. But this also ties into like confidence, so like just holding angles, getting ready to peek. Like you don't want to be running up first because you're not a duelist, but seeing if you can get a pick for your team somewhere instead of just kind of like sitting here like smoking and seeing like you smoke once, you might peek once and you want to smoke again or whatever it was that you did. I think you want to use your util a little bit less on Brimstone. What'd you say?
No, I just said alright.
Okay. But yeah. So obviously this probably isn't as big of a deal on Cypher and Chamber because the util's a little bit different, but I'm guessing that's why you had that problem this game. So another thing that's going to be important with any Sova. So one of the comms you can do at the beginning of a round always is just ask your Sova to drone an area. But if you ask a Sova to drone an area, you want to peek with the drone. So like your Sova drone from like right here, he's droning. You want to hold this angle to make sure that he can't get pushed. And then after the drone's like right here, we don't want to just keep waiting here because we know that close is clear. This is probably clear if he cleared it all. And so we can maybe throw a smoke after that so the drone can keep going up, or we don't have to. We kind of just want to peek, so like I think he did tag someone back here. So we definitely want to be peeking with that, because if someone's getting tagged with a drone, they're probably feeling like a little bit anxious in this rank. So we can get the free kill on them if we're ready for it. Also, if the drone's here and it tags someone in this corner over here, then we want to be ready to peek off of that because, it's a relatively free kill.
Right.
So, any questions so far about anything?
So like, whenever I don't know how to phrase this, sorry.
You're good, take your time.
How do you like recommend like just switching mindsets? Because obviously I have to switch mindsets whenever I go from Cypher to Chamber to Brim to like really anyone else.
Yeah, so you mean like playstyles? How do you swap mindsets for like different playstyles?
Right.
And maybe do you also mean like building more confidence, or just mainly related to swapping agents?
Like, I guess both. I guess yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because also like it also depends on the team. Because I could be playing Brim with like a passive team, or I could be playing Brim with like an aggressive team.
So yeah, again, in that scenario, it's about finding the balance. So if your whole team is really passive and scared, you want to be the sort of aggressive one, and that's completely okay to do. If you're with the whole team that's aggressive and actually is getting kills, and you're gonna want to be more of a support role, right? You're gonna be smoking for them, mollying, stim beacon if they want it.
Yeah.
So as far as how to change your mindset for different agents, honestly, like I would have dodged this game because Brim on this map is kind of like not good, to be honest. You made it work pretty decently. It's just not that good. Like Viper's just tenfold better than Brim on this map.
Yeah.
But
I'm not that good at Viper, but I should probably learn how to play more.
you don't
again.
need to. The problem with you is you have a slow SSD, so you're never gonna be able to pick Sentinel first. And so if someone else is picking Sentinel, you might ask yourself, should we do double Sentinel? Most times you're probably gonna answer no, but remember that dodging is completely okay. So if you really don't want to play a map or play a certain agent like on or a certain role on a certain map, just dodge. Like you barely get any penalty for dodging, and it's like if you're gonna lose the game anyway, you're gonna lose like 10 times the amount of RR. So, or like
Right.
a lot of RR. So, so yeah, how you can change your mindset though is, so basically what I'm telling you is you don't have to if you don't want to play the agent on a certain map, but how to improve your confidence. So how much do you aim train? Right now?
I used to a lot more, but right now I don't that much.
Okay, so I would suggest just 10-15 minutes. Also, maybe if you want to, lower your sense. Like I said, it seemed fine, but if you are still noticing yourself over or under flick, you know, maybe lower it, and then regardless of what you do, you should still aim train 5 to 10 minutes, or 10 to 15 minutes before you play. You can either do that in the range, or you can just do it in like aim lab or something at Kovacs, but that's up to you. Or how you do it. But basically what that'll do is that's going to build your aim, and basically your aim, you don't really need to think about aim. It's kind of just natural. It's like a part of your muscle memory. Like it's just a reaction. So as you build this reaction speed or like ability to flick onto people's heads and stuff, you know, it's not going to matter as much because, or low confidence won't as much be a problem because, you know that you can kill people in this rank just because your aim's, you know, just naturally better since you've been practicing. Sometimes you're just gonna have to fake being confident. Like even if you aren't confident, like just running out, like clearing the corners, just running out, you know, being ready to take fights, expect them to be like wherever, and hopefully, you know, combining all these things, like asking your team to come, calling strats, not over pushing if your team's not with you. So yeah, things like that. Also, this is especially important. Confidence is especially important with the chamber. So when you play chamber, I would suggest that you play chamber to learn confidence, and try to stick to chamber Cypher. You can play Cypher some maps, play chamber on others. So chamber is really, you want to be building your confidence with chamber because he has two really good guns, right? He has basically an upgraded version of the sheriff and an upgraded version of the op, and this allows you to just get much easier kills a lot of the time, just because the faster fire rate with the op, and then the range on the sheriff is like a guardian, I think. So it's literally kind of crazy. So you're gonna want to practice your aim. You're gonna want to focus on making plays that require confidence, even if you don't feel confident. And so like this specifically relates to, like, you know, sitting back here. This is a non-confident play, but if you're purposely sitting there knowing that because you're doing it because you don't want to push, that's good, right? Because like if your team's able to hold A, then you don't need to push down here, especially if you're not a duelist. But if you're sitting here just solely because you're like you feel scared or unconfident to push, then that's what we want to work on. So
Right.
I said save ult. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask like
Got the spike.
like of all the stuff they're telling me, did you like take notes of it? Because like,
Yeah.
if so, could you
I
like
will.
send them to me that
Yeah,
way I
yeah.
could, like work on that?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
I will write. I have like 2 more points. We get 3 more points, and then we can talk about whatever else you want, and then I'll send them. We can wrap up. So another thing I had written down was you can use molly and ult for this. So a lot of the time after you get the spike down, you just like chuck a molly, which is good. Like I said, it's better than saving them, and a lot of people will just save their utility in lower ranks. So this is okay, but really what we want to do is try to get back here, or try to get like, really as Brim you want to get farther back, just because like your molly can go pretty far range. And then from here we're kind of just chilling here, holding, you know, flanks, and then also we can smoke pretty much whatever we need from here. Mainly just smoking this is really good for our team. So
Launching smoke.
you know, your team's gonna have this covered, and if you have another smoke, you still have the ability to smoke something that your teammates want back here anywhere, instead of just sitting up here and dying. I know I'm telling you to play more confident, but this is more about playing the objective, because how you win this round is by playing the objective. Whereas over here, how you're gonna win the round is not by playing the objective. It's because you guys are getting steamrolled on A. So you can keep trying to play A, but it's hard. So anyways, back to this point, you can just ult. If they realize you have ult, you might not ult immediately, and you might just kind of like jiggle, because then if they're not on it, then you can ult after, or you can just ult immediately, and then you can actually molly through the ult. So you're just stalling a lot of time. Like, I don't know how long Brim ult lasts, but collectively I feel like it's between 10-15 seconds for the molly and the ult. So that's a lot of time. Especially if your teammates are also on site doing like duelist things, fighting. So any questions about that? I feel like that's straightforward, but it's just a little adaptation if you're gonna keep playing Brim.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Like, let's say I'm not in a position to do that.
Yeah, like you were over here
Right.
on A.
Yeah,
Or,
let's say
like you thought there was an op.
let's say like I planned, but then
There's like an op
somebody's-
here.
I can't run, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, how would you play that?
So in this scenario, we're Brim, so you have smokes. So if you have no smokes, then you're kind of in a tough spot here. One thing you can do is wait for the op to shoot and then try to peek it, because as soon as it shoots, then you know it's gonna be a second until it cocks the second or the next shot, because that's just how the op works. Unless it's a chamber ult, then in which case just hide. So if you have smokes, just like smoke like here and smoke this stuff off. Smoke something good you think will work. So like this is good. This allows you to get back. Again, you can even smoke this just so that they can't peek you, and then you can get out. So if this isn't possible, like for example, if you don't have smokes, or you just feel like you can't smoke enough stuff for you to be safe to get out, then if you can make it to like over here, this sitting here on site's really good. So it's all about trying to find like a timing or a gap in what she's holding. So like she can only hold one angle, right? She can't hold everything. So like yeah, she's probably gonna be looking here, right? She'd probably be looking right here, here, here. And as you see from her position, she can't actually see between titties. She can't see between those unless she's back here. But if you know that she's on stairs, then you can just simply cross over here. Also, yeah. So does that make sense? And so, yeah, let's the molly and the ult. You can probably save the ult, or you can use an aggressive ult. But you probably aren't gonna be using this on the spike this round if you're stuck. So yeah. You could like ult over here, or you could just save it and try to use molly, something like this. Not like that. Like this.
Right.
This is pretty good. Like there's not really a horrible molly you can throw. You can even do for mid doors, or if you know there's one flank. But yeah, probably save your ult because people are gonna be pushing you. So having your ult out is dangerous, unless you have a teammate like holding you up here. So, I think that's pretty good way of explaining it though. Otherwise, you can just get out, smoke yourself, get out. If you're playing Cypher, you throw a cage, you get out. If you're playing Chamber, just take the fight because you have broken guns. Or maybe don't peek the op, but like, you know, you can just fight on site is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So as far as what else I have Stim beacon. So if you're playing, again, this is Brim specific, but we can throw a so for over here, we could like throw this, and there's like a smoke here, then we can cross, and then the smoke fades. They see this over here. They're definitely gonna be expecting you around here. They might expect you back here if they're smart. Most people aren't probably gonna be smart. So they can also, I think, see this being thrown, so be careful about that. But if there's like a smoke and the smoke fades, or if you can get it down without them seeing, then this is a nice little fake. It's a pretty minor thing, but yeah. So, let's see. We have, last thing is gun out. So I noticed a lot, like, you had utility out and your knife out. So like right here, you like pull out your, you know, whatever. Like it's fine to do. It's just, you shouldn't be doing it. The only time you should be running with your knife out is if you know for a fact that enemies can't be where you're running. It's like they can't see you from where you're running, or where you're currently running. If there's even like, so the Cypher is like everywhere. He's just literally running down mid like a psycho every run. So I'm always, especially that game, even I'm gonna keep my gun out, just like you can still run with your gun out. You're not as fast, but still. So it's a minor thing, but it'll you know it'll get you some kills where you probably wouldn't expect. I'm just trying to focus on that. Also, I know I'm throwing a lot of info at you, so that's why I'll make a YouTube video with timestamps, and I'm gonna send you all the notes I took right now. So yeah, any final wrap up questions or anything? You can go for a few more if you have any. Like maybe chamber or okay.
So like, do you think that overall chamber or Cypher is better?
Definitely right now chamber, but Cypher is like Cypher is very unique and he can do some very interesting things. But most people in like Radiant Pro Play would argue that chamber is much better than Cypher, I think. Yeah. So that's just because of like his TP. Like if you get using his TP, he has crazy guns like we've said, just upgraded versions of the Sheriff and the Op. So and you get the Op for free, just your ult. And if your aim's good, which I think it has the potential to be very good, especially with a little bit of practice and tweaking your sensitivity, and a little more confidence, of course, then you can actually obliterate people with that. And then the Sheriff has 8 shots, and yeah, it's really dirty. So, and also, I feel like you're probably pretty good at him because you play Cypher, and Cypher has 2 trips, and Chamber also has 2 trips. So you just kind of throw trips that you're used to throwing, and then just learn how to TP. That's the main thing, is learning how to where and how and when to put TP. So the picture I sent you of the notes, the stars are the most important ones. Sorry for my handwriting; it's not the best.
No, it's alright.
Yeah, I think it's readable. So yeah, anything else, like maybe Cypher related or other maps or anything Brim related as well?
So like, whenever I play Brim, how important do you think that lineups are?
Lineups are not that important. So like, the reason I say this is because like lineups can be obviously very valuable and very, very good, but if you don't have lineups on Brim, then it doesn't mean you're a bad Brim, and it doesn't mean that you can't win the round with your molly, or you can't do some crazy things with your molly still. So like, you can throw mollies without lineups, right? Like so if you have a smoke or something, if you're smoked off, which is going to be very common for this smoke to be here, your team can just ping the spike, and then you can throw this, right? So like, it's not that big of a deal if you don't have lineups. You can even smoke yourself off, which I wouldn't suggest, but you can just go for this even if there's no smoke. Just go for it, jiggle peek, see if someone's holding you. If they are, then maybe don't go for this. I don't know. But lineups they're a nice bonus, but especially if you don't play Brim, I would suggest just probably sticking to your main characters if you can, when you can. And if you do want to play Brim as a flex pick, then probably learn some lineups for, some maps or whatever. Like maybe just the default ones, because I feel like those would be kind of easy to remember after a little bit of practice. Just 2 lineups per map. Again, you don't have to do that. Like, this is a flex pick for you probably anyway, so yeah. So yeah, anything else? I think you have potential. I think the main things we talked about, practicing, like warming up, changing your sense, maybe if you feel like it, could be very, very good. But overall, not bad.
No, I think that's all of my questions.
Okay,
that
cool.
I can think of, yeah.
Yeah, I'll post this. I'll start uploading it right now, and then I'll send it to you later with timestamps, and you can just go back through it, because I don't think you'll remember all of everything I said.
Right.
So yeah, hopefully it was helpful. If you have any other questions, you can just DM me on Discord whenever. I'm always pretty free, so yeah.
Alright.
Alright, yep, you have a good day. Hopefully stay safe through the storm.
You too. Thank you.
Alright, yep, see you. Alright guys, hopefully it was useful. If you guys would not mind, join my Discord, ask me some questions, and you guys also want coaching, the link is in the description. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.